all the jitters, all the butterflies. It reminds me of a song. Do you know Paramore?
Yeah,
I know of Paramore.
I've listened to them a few times, but
I have one of their albums.
Oh, did you have Paramore?
No, I had Riot.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's the one that like a lot of people had.
So
That's the one that had like the one on Guitar Hero.
yeah, well, I didn't play it because I heard the song "Crush" on the radio, and I was like, I kind of like this.
Oh yeah,
And
it's
so
a
I
good
picked
album.
it up, and then I was like, oh, the rest
I think
of
they
this
only
is
have
okay.
like 4 albums.
Yeah, it brings out my inner teenage girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll dance along and
You
sing
know
to
what
it.
I mean.
Yeah, I know. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Are you ready?
yep.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 4 of Bitcade. My name is Ryan E. Moore. Joining me, like always, are these beautiful gentlemen over to my left and right. Over on this side.
Quinn.
And over on this side.
David.
You know,
I can do that too, Quinn.
I never, because I intro myself. I was thinking about this while I was editing the full podcast the other day, was that I say Ryan A. Moore, which is my Twitter handle, and like everything. Do you guys want to go by anything other than your first name? Or do you care
fine.
to? I mean, you don't have Twitter.
No,
right?
I am not.
You have
I'm
Twitter.
an old man. I'm too old for Twitter.
Because there's an age.
Yeah.
If Donald Trump could have a Twitter, then you could have a Twitter.
I'm not going to go there.
It was an age thing, not a politic thing.
No.
No.
No, you guys don't even say your last names. Well, you said it once.
Yeah, I don't care. My name's David Grout.
Okay.
My last name is too long to even conceive.
And we've talked about that already. Oh man, I love
That's why I can't say it. It's like a giant. It's like a spell. As soon as you say it,
it conjures up.
Yeah.
Is it just like a bunch of vowels?
Yeah, it's
Just say it once.
Vadisirisak. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
What is that? Like
Some
what is
people think it's Russian, but it's actually Thai.
it? Okay, it sounds more Thai than
Yeah.
I was going to say, that sounds like the name of a species from like a space game or something.
Oh, like Mass Effect.
Yeah, like,
species?
oh, we found the I don't know.
Yeah, I
Say
believe
it.
in school I had the well, not
I don't know. I would've
the
butchered it.
longest last name, but one of the longest last names. It's like
So-
it's 11 letters and 5 syllables, I think. or
So when
something.
you were going through high school, how did that work out? When the substitute teacher had to go in and they get to your name and they're like,
oh, they just go Quinn.
they're calling everybody.
But some people would be like,
Susan Bourne.
I got this.
Quit.
they'd be like Quinn, and then I'd be like, long last name here.
You just gotta own it at a certain
Yeah.
point. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bitcade, the Primal Target, official Primal Target video game podcast, where we talk about video game stuff, news, things like that, just in general topics. And then you guys can watch this on YouTube. Search Primal Target, because I was gonna say youtube.com/Primal Target, but they don't give out URLs anymore. So YouTube, I want the URL. Anyway, you, the viewer, can watch every topic throughout the month, and every single week a new episode is posted. Plus, at the end of the month, you can watch the full entire video for you to watch anytime you want. And also at the end of the month, you can go over to soundcloud.com/Primal Target and download the full podcast audio to either Android or Apple. It does not matter. There's no discrimination towards that. Now, we're going to get into our topics. The first topic for the first week of April is we're going to talk about the Switch. Third and final time. So
Is it going to be the final
this
time,
is,
though?
I don't know. Maybe
Probably not.
Maybe
Let's be
not.
honest.
That's
It's
not
probably
good.
I mean, it's not good.
Yeah.
So
It's the shiny new toy right now.
exactly, it's the everybody wants it, and this is what we got. So we actually, I countered what I was saying in the previous podcast. I actually did get one, and then you've had it as well,
I had it
and
day
we've already
one.
said that.
Yeah, I've had it day one.
So I guess what we're going to talk about in this one is more of like the games we've played and how we've liked those games specifically. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the games. What games have you got?
We own 2.
You own 2 of them.
We
Okay.
own 2. Of course, we
I
own
own
Zelda.
2 as well. Okay.
I think the only people who bought a Switch and didn't get Zelda are the resellers. Pretty
That's
much.
probably,
I
yeah.
think that's pretty much the only people who ever. If you see anybody trying to,
Yeah.
everybody I know who purchased the Switch got it for Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got Zelda and Snipper Clips. That's what I've played so far.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I also got Zelda, and then I also got Binding of Isaac,
Mm-hmm.
which I've really loved playing Binding of Isaac on the Switch. Have you played? You've played the Switch, right?
Yeah, I played only one game on the Switch though. I played 1-2 Switch.
Oh, okay. I have not played that, so I'm curious to hear about that. So I guess before we get to Zelda's going to be the big one. What have you thought of Snipper Clips so far?
It's fun. I think it's probably the best value game other than Zelda. It's probably going to be the best game you're going to get for your $1. $20.
For a party wise, like it's a good party.
I believe you can play it one player. I believe there's a mode to play it one player. I don't remember because I've always played it just default 2 players with my girlfriend, and we're almost 40 levels into it. Because the way they have it set up is there's like this grid, and I thought, for $20, it was just there's just that one grid, and each grid has like.
So it looks like graph paper.
12. Well, no, it's not like a grid. It's like the levels are marked. Like there's a level here, and you just kind of go through them. Like it almost looks like a mobile game in terms of like its level selection screen. It's like there's a level here, and there's like I think there's like 12 or 18. I can't remember off the top of my head how many levels there are in each little world, but I thought that there was only the one world, but we're on to like world 3 now. So when I first saw like just the one world, because it didn't tell you there was more after that.
Yeah.
At first I was like, oh, well, this is all we get.
So it's kind of like World of Goo or Super Meat Boy, where they show you they show you level 1,
yeah.
but they don't tell you that there are more to follow.
Yeah,
Okay,
basically. And I didn't know that. So when we first started playing, I was like, oh, we only get like 20 levels for $20. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if we got our money. And then when we finished it and saw there's all this whole new like section of levels, we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see why and we're up to I think like the 3rd like little world in it. And it's a neat little puzzle game.
Cool.
There's been a couple little frustrating moments, but
that's what you get with puzzle games.
yeah, it's a puzzle game.
Yeah.
It's when I have an idea, she has an idea, and our ideas are kind of clashing with each other.
So I heard there's kind of like it's a really hard learning curve, but as soon as you get it, it's really fun. Like,
yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know about the learning curve because the levels progress in difficulty in a nice way.
okay.
The biggest issue we had was trying to figure out the gears. Because there's these gears that are shaped with like points like a gear, and you're supposed to spin them, and we couldn't figure out how to get how to cut one of us into a shape to spin the gear reliably.
Yeah.
But once we figured that out, we got past. We know we see a gear, we know exactly what to do.
Sweet. So there's like they teach you elements of the game that you're gonna.
Yeah, right now right now in the area we're at deals with a lot of liquid mechanics. And these little creatures that can't touch the liquid, they can't touch you, and they can't. I know. They like fly by the screen, and they can't touch you. They can go through your feet, but they can't touch your body, and they can't touch the liquid. And you have to like cut yourself in a way to like move because the liquid's just like going like just straight across the screen or straight down, and you have to basically deflect the liquid.
That reminds me of that. What's that Disney game where the alligator thing? You know what I'm talking about? It was like where you had to like there was water, and you had to draw the lines. Someone in the comments will know this.
Disney alligator game?
Yeah, it was a Disney game, but it had an alligator, and so you had to get the water from point A to point B to connect the pipes, kind of thing. Anyway,
but yeah,
I get what you're saying.
But we're having a hard time with one level.
Where's my water or something like that? I don't know.
But yeah, we're kind of stuck on those. We haven't quite figured out how to deal with the water.
Okay.
At least on this particular map, and it got a little frustrating. So
you've been playing 1-2 Switch.
Yeah, I actually played with 5 people. Not all at once, but we did. There's like you can get teams and you switch off and you fight each other. Yeah. And it's like sort of like a board games sort of thing.
Yeah, I think I saw like Funhouse play like that. Yeah.
But it's actually surprisingly fun game. I thought I was gonna hate it.
Did you do the milking one?
Yeah, we did like all the mini games because we played a few of the random mini games of our choice before we started doing the board game, and then we did the board game, and you are forced to pretty much play games, and we played quite a bit of them. I don't think quite all of them, but.
So is it better than WarioWare? That's the big question. Because it has has all those mini games. Oh, you had to think about this. It's not as fun.
No.
Do you think this game should have came with the Switch? Like, does it feel like was it $50 for this game?
It's a $50 game.
Yeah, I think the game should have came with the Switch because what I compare it to is more so
like
Wii Sports. Wii Sports. Although I think it's funner than Wii Sports in a way, because the way this game works, not all of its mini games are good. But there's quite a few that are like filler in there that are just like.
They had to get a quota, and you're like, oh well, I see where you kind of cut corners on this one.
One. Where
there are no spoilers to this game, so you might as well.
There's one where you just like there's a phone in the middle and then you just got to pick it up and then answer it, but you got to answer before the other person, and it's like it's kind of cool, I guess. The other lame one is this meditation one where you like you got choose a pose for you at the beginning of the thing, and you got to hold your like what are the Switch nunchuck things called?
Joy-Cons.
Well, Joy-Cons. Yeah, they're the Joy-Cons. Okay. You got to hold it, and you got to hold your pose longer and stiller, whatever, than your opponent. And that's a pretty boring one, I think, too. But there's quite a few fun ones. Like, my favorite one was one of them was the cowboy one. And the cowboy one is really cool because there is a timer thing that goes off, and then the guy says draw, and you gotta,
the one that they've been doing.
You gotta flip it up, and then you gotta shoot your opponent. It also takes into account sort of like angle direction. So my friends both were trying to go super fast because they were like, oh, I don't want to get shot first, and they both drew and they shot at the floor because they pulled the trigger too early.
Nice.
And I was like, oh my gosh. But I think the best thing about this game is the fact that I kept looking at the screen, right? Because normally when you play a video game, you interact with the screen. But with this game, you're actually supposed to look at your opponent, and it's sort of like an interaction between you and them, and you don't ever look at the screen. You're supposed to imagine the things that are happening. The only time you have to pay attention to the game is for sound cues, and also like the rumble feature on the Joy-Cons. But it kind of like made me feel like a kid again when I'd play at recess and go, oh yeah, well I'm holding a sword right now and he's deflecting my attacks and stuff like that. And I think that really fits into Nintendo's sort of motto or creed is a lot of their games are supposed to make you feel like, oh, you're a kid again or whatever, bring back that youthful feeling that you once had.
Got it. The other game I've been playing is Binding of Isaac. Not a new game, but it's like, I don't know. I own it on Steam as well, and I've played it there. But like playing it on the go makes that game like there's times where I will be sitting like during work, like I'll be sitting at break, and Binding Isaac will like 15 minutes. I can pull that out, play the game, call it good. Because it's just, and it could kill hours, like just trying to kill time in portable mode. Not much to say about Binding Isaac. I mean, you can't really review a game that's been out already for like, it has 3 iterations of it now. There's
something like that, yeah.
Rebirth, Afterbirth, and Afterbirth Plus is the one that's the Switch version. But I guess going into how I play, it goes into playing style. Oh, well, I guess before we get there, we're gonna talk about Zelda. But yeah, the Binding Isaac, there's times where I wanted a 2-player game, and I actually was gonna buy Binding Isaac in the Switch and not buy Zelda. And I'm glad I bought Zelda, but there's the reason why Binding Isaac is cool is because it's 2 players, and so I can just like, oh, you want to play this with me? Here's the controller, and we start playing. And I've played with multiple people that exact way, and just during break, I'm like, here you go, call it good. But we'll get into that later. So Zelda, you played a little bit of it, but you played it on Wii U.
On the Wii U, yeah.
So I'm curious to see how you liked the Wii U version. But Zelda, you played probably a little more than I have. Or, well, I don't know.
I don't know. I have only had maybe...
It's kind of weird to judge the game because you can't see how long you've played.
Yeah, so. I've only played it for maybe 10. I only have maybe 10 or 12 hours into it. I don't play the Switch that often. We got it for my girlfriend. It's her device. She plays on the Switch. I play on my Xbox. We have a good time together on the couch. She's got over like 100 hours in it already.
Jeez.
She's already beaten Ganon. And
Accidentally, though, too.
She accidentally beat it, yeah, because she was in the castle looking for the Hyrulean shield.
Okay.
I probably said that wrong.
No,
It's Hylian.
Hylian? Okay.
no, it's not. You're
Is
a
it?
liar. You're a liar.
It's the Hylian shield.
Well,
I don't know.
It
if
is.
He's lying. I don't know if he's lying or not.
I can't tell either.
Here's
I
the
would-
thing,
I would-
for those that are watching. Quinn will make up some convoluted thing.
Yeah.
Totally think about it that it's good, and then by the time you look away, he's like, "No, that was totally
Yeah.
a lie."
Once
Yeah.
we're done with this video, I'm gonna pull out my phone and show them what it is.
Okay. All
Um,
right. Fine. We'll go with that.
The classic blue Zelda shield.
Okay.
And apparently it's in Hyrule Castle, and you can explore Hyrule Castle without triggering the last boss fight. So she was in Hyrule Castle looking for the shield, and she accidentally triggered the fight. She walked in the room on accident. She was like, "Oh, I'll just try it." Mm-hmm. She beat it first try, which I was like,
Did she have the Master Sword?
she did have the Master Sword, yeah.
Okay. All right.
But and she did, and she only had 3 of the Divine Guardians.
Yeah.
3 of the 4.
The beast, the divine beast. things.
Yeah, she only had 3 of the 4.
Or I think they're guardians. Are they guardians?
I don't remember. I honestly
think they're
don't
beast.
remember. And she ended up beating them first try. Now I don't know about you, but beating a boss first try, the final game boss first try, to me is like that doesn't seem normal. I don't know. I feel like there's probably either a difficulty spike missing somewhere, or and I'm not saying my girlfriend is bad at games. She's an excellent gamer. Okay.
It's not like she's gonna watch
she's
this
not
or anything.
Yeah, no. She's a fantastic gamer, but I don't know. I just felt it was weird to beat the final boss first try. Like, I don't think I've ever done that.
Mm-hmm.
I've only beaten one boss in Dark Souls once, on my first try, like ever. Everybody else took like hours, but I watched her fight it. It took her like a half an hour, but it was primarily her just dodging attacks.
Yeah.
And then just attacking when she can. But yeah, like I said, I only got maybe 10 or 12 hours in it. I just got to the
first
area, the first little area that you're supposed to go to.
So you're off the plateau, and then you went
I'm off
down
the
and you met
plateau,
the
I'm
old
down.
lady. Did you meet the old lady?
No, I haven't met any old lady.
Okay, that's the first area. Like the first little yellow dot, you go in, and then there's like a town. And then there's a little shack thing. You go in there, you talk to an old lady.
Yeah, because I got to this town that's in like this like ravine.
Yes. Yep.
I got it with
that's
like
there.
with a shrine up here, and I
Yes.
just went up to that like shrine, and then I stopped playing, and I haven't.
Okay,
played
so
since.
you
So
didn't.
I
you
haven't
didn't go
actually.
back to
I
the
haven't
thing.
gone.
So I'm a
into
little
the
bit
town.
farther than you.
I haven't gone actually into the town.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I am in the game.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm not story wise. I'm literally like 2 steps away from you.
yeah.
So when I play Zelda, I played it on Twitch, twitch.tv/primal_target. You can go there, follow. There's a I played it for the first time there, and so as I was playing, I was I did the main mission thing. I played about 3 hours on the stream, and then after that, I've been just kind of doinking around whenever I get a chance in Zelda's in the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm playing it, I'm kind of like, after I got off the plateau, which is the end of the stream that I did, I decided I'm gonna beef up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I go over to the shrines, go get a few towers, go all this stuff, and I spent maybe, I don't know, 10 hours, and I've not
Just doing
completed
that.
any of the story.
Yeah.
And then finally I got 5 orbs, so then I boosted my stamina up again. A lot of people keep telling me, don't get the stamina. Here's the thing. Here's the reason why I'm doing stamina. First off, the dude on Twitch told me to do it. Second off, I see where he was coming from, because there's times where you'll be climbing something and then all of a sudden you fall down. There's one tower you cannot do unless you have enough stamina.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, I see this, and running or dodging or anything like that, like uses your stamina. So I don't want to be like, running into a situation where I don't have stamina. Hearts, you can still get annihilated and lose like 2 hearts. If I'm going to lose 2 hearts, then it's not, I guess it's not going to matter because I'm going to die anyway. But now that I have 2 stamina things, I'm going to probably go for hearts at this point because you got to get the Master Sword and everything like that.
I have no idea what my cat is doing.
No one's watching him this time, so
no, he's probably trying to get into cover with the pots and pans. That's what it sounds like.
So anyway, yeah, I've never played Zelda. I actually did not like Zelda. I didn't think it was a fun game. Now that I have played this, I do think that it's a great game. I don't think it's a 10. And that's coming from somebody that hasn't played that.
You have no nostalgia factor for it.
Yeah,
you're going.
I guess I'm not blinded.
Unbiased.
Yeah, I'm
you're
not
going
blinded by it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a 10. I do think it's like maybe an 8 or 9. I can't give a full review because I've not played that much of the story. I think that some of the mechanics in the game are great. There was actually a time. I'm stupid when it comes to puzzles. I'll figure out the most convoluted way, and it's the easiest way. Here's one of they call them shrines, temples?
Something like that.
Yeah, anyway. So you go into this little temple thing, the trial, and you try to go, jeez, man. Oh, are you done?
Are you done, big guy?
Okay. So there's, you go into the thing, and so the way that it's all set up is that there are 3 rooms. You go down a little elevator thing, you're in one room. You have to open the doors. Now you get these special abilities. I got a magnet power thing. You got to open the door. Open the door. You go through. Then there's another room that has 4 squares in them. Right? Have you been to this one?
I don't remember.
Okay. So there's 4 like platform things. One you can get stairs to. The other 2 are the same height, don't have stairs. The other one is double the size, but has like blocks on top of it with a little chest on it. So, and then there's another set of double doors. So I walk in, I go see the double doors, I pull the double doors out, go in there, there's a chest. I'm like, all right, cool. Get the chest, walk out. Then I'm like, okay, if the door was magnetized, then something else in here is magnetized. So I hit the magnet, I walk around, and I see that in the tallest one, you can actually pull a brick out. You can pull this block. And so I pulled it out, and it's about 2 times the size of Link. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I have to use this. So in my mind, I'm like, how do I use this block to get up there? But there was a chest in there too. So I went in, got the chest, opened the chest, got some goodies, walked out. Now I have this block. So I'm like, all right, how am I going to get this and go up 3 stories high to get to the end of this trial? This is what I'm going to tell you how. Do you want me to tell you how it's supposed to be done, or do you want me to tell you how I did it first?
Oh, it doesn't matter to me.
How do you want me to do this? The way it was supposed to be done, or the way I did it? It's not
the way you did it.
The way I did it. Okay, so the blocks that were on top of the 2-story one, I decided to take the magnet thing and start clearing them off. Like I just started knocking them all off. After I got about like 3 or 4, they're not magnetized, they're stone. So I'm like, all right, well, I take the bomb. I blow it up, and it starts moving across. I freeze time, start hitting it, and then it projects it over. Yeah. So then I get 2 of them over in that area. Then I take the block, the big magnet block, put it on top, and then I go, oh crap, I have to get across. So I bring it over, put it between the other platform, cross over. Then I take the magnet block, put it on top of the 2, jump on top of it, take the chest that's magnetized, put that on top of it, jumped on the chest, jumped on top of the platform, walked over, completed the task. This is not how you do this.
That doesn't sound like that. No, from the ones that I've played, that doesn't sound like that kind of a puzzle. Like
this took me about like 30, 40 minutes trying to figure this out. Because in my mind, I'm like, well, I got to use this block. So it's something to do with the block. No, you take the door, you blow it off, take the door, put it on the side, and walk up it like a ramp. I'm like, because that's what Christian said. So I was like, did not do that. Did not do that. But the thing is, what I do like about the game, as much as I think I broke it at that point, but the game gives you everything you need. Like, after you get off the plateau, you have everything you need. You have all the abilities. You just are lacking stamina and lacking heart. That's all.
Yeah, and gear.
And gear you can find.
Yeah.
But one thing I don't like about it, though, is the fact that I think the enemy encounters that are not in the temple things are a waste of time. Why do I need to fight these people? They're like, oh, well, you can get the chests. Most of the time, they're garbage. I don't want anything in there.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. If it would have gave me XP, it makes sense. I don't know. How are you feeling? As you're a Zelda fan, you've played the Wii version. I don't know how much you've played of it.
I played a little bit, just goofing off with the controls and like climbing up random stuff right now. I didn't get to start from the beginning, so my friend just gave me his Wii U pad and was like, "Here, goof around for a little bit." And the controls are fine, and it doesn't look nearly as bad as I thought the Wii U version would look in comparison. But you get XP from enemies in that
No,
game?
you don't.
Oh, you don't?
That's why I'm like, I'm just gonna break my stuff on this guy. So why am I wasting my time with this guy?
Oh, so your problem is that your weapon is gonna break if you fight that guy.
I just don't see the need to do it. Now I do get the whole like, oh well, if you kill out this camp, then you got the camp, you got the little fire, you can do whatever you want. But I just don't. I see the reasoning of why they're out there, but I just don't see why I need to do it. If that makes sense.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I skipped a lot of them.
Yeah, I'll just run. I'll see him and I'll run off.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't need to fight them.
I'm just tired of having to go through like 2 or 3 weapons in a fight. Like that drives me nuts.
And then you can get a way better sword by fighting one of the guardians. Like you can get the little spider walker guys. You talking about?
The guardians.
Yeah.
My friend fights those all the time. They kill him in one hit.
You gotta block. You gotta get the shield out.
I don't know if he has a shield. I haven't actually seen him use it. I think he just
there is shields in that game.
uses. I don't know how far along he is. I assume pretty far because he plays it every day on his at work. But I never see him use his shield, and then most of the time he just uses the glider thing and flies above them and attacks them.
Yeah, I mean, I when I play it, well, the thing that I notice when I play it is, for me, if I'm playing a game and it makes me wish I was playing this other game, that's a problem.
It's not worth it at that
It's
point.
not worth it. Like, because when I started playing Breath of the Wild, when I was done, guess which game when I went and played right after?
Skyrim?
I went and go play Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Rebecca was like, I would like to play Zelda. I'm like, yeah, here you go. I wasn't like, no, I want to get this done. I want to do this. I was like, oh, okay, here you go. And I just picked up my Xbox controller and turned on Skyrim.
I know it sounds like we're totally crapping on the game. The game is great. There's no if, and, or but about the fact that it's a great game, if not an amazing game.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny
It's not
that.
a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's not a 10. I don't think it's a 10. It's maybe a very high 8, low 9.
I'll agree with that.
But
there's just quirks with it that I find unnecessary. It's primarily like the weapon breaking. I feel like the camps, as you were saying, there's no real purpose to them. They're just kind of there.
Yeah. I mean, but this also take with a grain of salt. I'm not a Zelda fan. Did this game make me a Zelda fan? Not really. I do think it like I've had fun playing it. But I just don't. Is it worth buying a console for the game? Like you're even saying the Wii U version is not as bad as you thought it was going to be.
No, it's not nearly as bad, but
there's things you wish it was on a Switch, or
no,
did playing the Wii U version knock you for like were you like, oh well?
No, if you can only play the Wii U version and you have like a Wii U, if you don't have a Wii U or a Switch, I would suggest, if you have the opportunity, buy the Switch and then buy Breath of the Wild for the Switch. But if you already have a Wii U and you don't have the money to get a Switch or whatever, and because that's a lot of money, I would just say buy it on the Wii U.
Yeah. That's probably sums it up right there.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm not like I've I've played all of the major console Zelda games. I haven't played the handhelds. Okay. I've played all of them. I haven't beaten all of them. But I have played all of them, and I don't consider, and I never really got hooked on the whole Zelda thing, because like their fans are crazy, like my girlfriend. I mean, you should see the wall that my girlfriend has of Zelda.
Your Zelda Switch over there. You got
yeah, she got the officially licensed.
Oh, the dock has the Zelda logo on it. Do you have two docks?
No.
Oh.
No, that's all the decals.
Oh, that's a decal. Okay.
Yeah, that's all the yeah.
Because it's in the spot of where the Switch logo is.
Yeah, it's completely covered.
Okay.
The whole thing is completely covered. Because we've got she also picked up the officially licensed Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, they're all officially licensed stuff. Like everything.
Yeah, not my sister. My girlfriend has a whole chunk of our wall dedicated to The Legend of Zelda. I mean, yeah, it's right there.
I don't know if it's in the shot.
No, I don't think it is, but because she is a super fan, and even though I've played them, I am not at her level, and I know that there's a lot of people that are, and they're all loving, Breath of the Wild and all that, but it's not for me.
So I guess we're just talking about the Switch games, but we got to kind of progress here. But the playing style, I'm curious to see what you've been playing it. You guys have been playing it more handheld. Is that right?
She primarily plays it handheld, just because she'll play it in the bed. She'll play it on the long part of her couch that she likes to lay on, and then that allows me to play the Xbox.
Yeah.
But
does she ever play it docked?
Yeah, if when I'm not home, or if I'm still asleep, or if I'm not on the TV or the Xbox, she'll play it docked.
So she's more of a every use.
Yeah, she uses it all. Yeah.
Okay.
All around. Yeah. She probably mostly though plays it in handheld mode, just because if we're up at the same time.
If you were to say percentage wise, you'd probably say 60-40.
I'd probably say 80-20.
Okay.
80-20 handheld.
So Christian, I was talking with him, and he plays it primarily on the TV.
Okay.
He docks it all the time. Now for me, I can't speak on his, so that's what he plays it on. Now for me, I play it handheld. You guys have seen me at work. I play it all the time because it's just great. It just kills time. Like, what else am I gonna do? 15 minutes? That ain't gonna give me nothing. I gotta that's some Binding Isaac timer. That's enough to run through point A to point B. That's really all you can do in 15 minutes. But yeah, I play handheld. I've always liked handheld games. I mean, the Game Boy was my first game console, so the Game Boy Color. And I enjoy the fact that I can play this wherever I want. I've never actually killed it. Like, I've never ran it to die. I'm still looking for a freaking charge cable. Nintendo, where's that at? I have no idea where that's at. But yeah, there's a lot of times where I will be like, oh, this is an opportunity. I can pull it out. Like, I can play this. And going into, playing with friends, whenever I have Binding Isaac in, I had Tyler play it with us, or play it with me. He was sitting there. He's like, "Oh, you got the Switch?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then I'm playing Binding Isaac. I'm like, "Do you want to play?" He's like, "I can do that." I'm like, "Heck yeah!" And so I go in, change it to 2 controllers, which took me forever to figure that out. Like, it's not obvious on how to do that. I think they need to make that.
It isn't. It isn't snipper clips.
No,
you mean in Binding Isaac? It is.
Well, you have to hit home.
Yeah.
Then you have to go down to tap the little Joy-Con controller thing, and then you have to configure controller, and then hit left, and right, and then left and right, and then sync them, and then they're good.
Oh, interesting. Because with
maybe it's because it's a Nintendo licensed game.
Maybe, yeah. Because with 1-2 Switch, it just says, all right, well, left, like, we turn it on, and we're going to be like, okay, 2-player, all right. And then it has...
Oh, but see, there's no 2-player selection. You're in the game, and then you just pop in. It's just like a pop-in thing.
I got you, yeah. Because with the 1-2 Switch, it's just like, is it 1 player and it has the 1 person, or is it 2 player with 2 and you hit 2?
Yeah.
And then they, like, kind of separate, and then, all right, well... This controller is this one. This one's that one.
Yeah.
You hand it to them.
Yeah. So when... But it's like it's like the commercial thing, and I've even done it with my brother, of where he was sitting there. I'm like, we can play this game together. He's like, we can. I'm like, yeah. And so I just hand him the controller, and then we're just, trying to play. We'll try to beat the dungeon crawler, of what Binding Isaac is. And I like that aspect of it is this couch gaming, and Nintendo took the couch gaming and went, you can do this anywhere now. You can bring this console anywhere. I have no idea how the whole online situation is going, because the only game that's like that was the Splatoon beta. As far as I know, Christian had a hard time connecting to that, so I don't know.
I didn't try.
So I'm not sure about multiplayer online wise, but as for local multiplayer, I enjoy it. I've always wanted a console where you can just go, hey, let's play this game together. And Binding Isaac has been great on doing that, as much as it's kind of a pain in the butt. The game itself is a big giant pain in the butt. Well, not really set up. It's just a really hard game.
I gotcha. Okay.
When you're Isaac, player one's Isaac, and then player two is this little like ghosty kind of guy, but it takes one heart away from Isaac, and then if the heart disappears, you can't earn any hearts as the blob. As soon as the blob dies, Isaac has to make sure he has at least 2 hearts in order for the blob to come back. But anyway, yeah, it's fun. I've had a lot of great times playing with it with other people, and that's kind of like my playing style is mobile, and playing with friends, I have to say, has been a really fun time.
I have a hard time playing with it in handheld mode just because my hands are larger. I have to use the Pro controller. And the problem that I have with it is that you can't charge it while playing it with the Pro controller. But we did get that stand finally in that they have for it. And so I'm able to do it now because that lifts the console up itself so you can plug it in and charge it.
See, I think the controller was something I worried about, because as soon as I open up the box, they look really, really small.
Yeah, they look really small.
But as somebody that plays it in, I take the Joy-Cons off and I sit there and play it.
Yeah.
And that's how I play. And I actually, the more at first it was very like, these are really like small. But after I've played a little bit with it, and I've added those little bumper things that I bought, those add a little more girth to them. And so I'm like, these actually feel fine. I have no problem with them. I don't think they're that small. And a lot of people that I played with have said, oh, I thought these were really small. But now playing it, when they got to play it in the side mode, they're like, oh, this is not that bad.
Yeah, when we're playing Snipper Clips, I'm having it in the side mode, and I have the little strap attached to it. That's okay. But if I have them like on the unit itself, and I'm playing with it, in this mode, I can't do it. Well, not for too long. I can't do it for too long.
So let's go into games that we're looking forward to quickly. I'm looking for Mario Kart 8, and Mario Odyssey.
I'm not sold on Odyssey yet.
But were you a 64 fan?
I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was a huge Mario 64 fan. I remember the day that I saw Yoshi on the roof, and I was like, yes.
What are the games you're looking at? Mario Kart and
Mario Kart is pretty much the one I'm looking for now. I'm waiting just to see what is gonna come out, but I'm not, because they said Street Fighter is gonna come, but I'm not a Street Fighter fan. I don't play the fighting games.
I think Mario Kart's gonna be fun on that. Here you go, play. Let's play.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm the most excited for it, because that's gonna be that's gonna be I think a much better on the go multiplayer game than Snipper Clips or Binary. It's gonna be a lot more accessible. It's gonna be a lot more fun.
Yeah,
I feel like.
You said you saw the Shinigami Tensei trailer today.
Yes, or yesterday.
Okay.
But I got 2 other games that I'm excited for.
Okay.
I'll say the SMT one last because I have the more details on that one technically. But Fire Emblem Warriors, and then the new Fire Emblem that's going to be on console. Because the last time Fire Emblem was on console was when Radiant Dawn was out, and no one really bought that.
I will say Rebecca is excited for the Fire Emblem games.
I like Fire Emblem a lot.
She's excited for the Warriors because she did like Hyrule Warriors.
Exactly, that's why I'm excited for.
That's sad.
And why is that sad?
Because the game was, well, no, she has the new 3DS, but the old, if she had the old 3DS,
I know the issues with
trash.
the old one. Yeah, I know the issues, but which was she likes, because I used to play the heck out of the Dynasty Warriors games.
Yeah,
and so I will probably play Hyrule Warriors with her, or not Hyrule, Fire Emblem Warriors with her, even though I've played maybe 14 hours of Birthright.
It's more than I played of
Yeah.
for the game I had.
I had fun with it.
200 hours into that.
All
three versions of the game.
I just get hand cramps. That's why I have to stop on the 3DS. My hands get cramped.
And then Shin Megami Tensei Deep Strange Journey.
Oh, that's what they call it?
That's what it's called.
They got a name?
So,
because at first it was just called Shin Megami Tensei.
If you guys are unfamiliar with SMT, I think quite a large people are. Deep Strange Journey, it's insane. Normally they don't ever make sequels or anything that are like continuous things to other SMT games, but this is I'm assuming is going to be a sequel or takes place in the same like universe timeline sort of thing as Strange Journey for the DS that came out 2007 or something like that. So a long time ago, and a lot of people consider that game to be one of the best mainline SMT games, because people say Nocturne, which is 3, or that are some of the better ones that people have played. So to see that, it's crazy. So it's so insane.
You're glad that if they're making a sequel, you're glad it's this one.
Well, I think it's really cool because normally they're their own things. So you don't have to play the previous ones.
Because I'm more of a Persona person. So like whenever no Persona is connected.
Yeah, no Persona
it's just connected. Like, boop, we're done. Story's over.
Yeah, the story's over, but they're in the same universe. Yeah. Whereas the Persona
people are in the same universe.
The SMT games are never, normally I don't think they're in the same universe, or else that like world that they live in is always going into apocalypse mode and being destroyed.
Well, so you're saying this one is a sequel, but isn't the one that came out on 3DS?
Yes. So
the Apocalypse
is also a sequel, so it seems like they're starting to do sequels more and more now, which I don't know if it's good or bad. I haven't finished Apocalypse, so I gotta finish that first, and then I'm gonna buy Strange Journey, play through that, and then once Deep Strange Journey comes out, I'll have all the information about Strange Journey, so I'll play that and see, is it good that they keep making sequels? Is it bad?
Mm-hmm. So you think you're gonna pick up a Switch now?
Well, I already was gonna pick one up,
okay.
But I'm hyped even more because SMT on console. The last time it was on console was, not including Persona 4, Nocturne came out 2005 or something. It was PS2. Okay, and also not including Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
So, kind of a question to both of you. I mean, we noticed this when we were at work, that the Switch games are more expensive.
Yeah.
And we're like, what's up with this?
Yeah.
Specifically, and this is numbers from Best Buy. No, we don't work at Best Buy. But I just want to say that. But anyway, the best is like Just Dance 2017 was the game we were looking at.
Yeah, we were using this as an example.
The Switch game is $59.99. That's a $60 game for Just Dance. Not too bad. But then you start to consider the Xbox version and the Wii U version and the PS4 version are $49.99.
Yeah.
And the Wii version, yes, there's a Wii version, is $39.99.
Yeah.
So, what has come to be, and this is from PC Magazine, of where they wrote an article about this, was that the cartridges don't have a set price for when they're manufactured. That's why Binding of Isaac was, I think I spent $40 on Binding of Isaac. And then why Zelda's $60 and Mario Kart's going to be $60. Mm-hmm. But on the Wii U version, even you're kind of like, well, on Wii U, it was what, $50, $49, $49.99. So what is the problem with the fact that, and this, we even talked about this, was the cartridge thing, was that the cartridges are costing more money to manufacture.
Right.
When
it's also based on their size too.
Yeah. So with the Blu-rays, it's easy. 5 gigabytes, 40 gigabytes, same thing. It's the same disc. There's nothing different about it. You buy the disc, you put the stuff on it, you send it out. With the cartridges, the problem is if you have a 1 gigabyte or a 2 gigabyte game or a 32 gigabyte game, they're all different prices. Mm-hmm. It's just like memory cards. When you go and buy a SanDisk memory card, they're different prices. It's the same thing that they're dealing with. So when you see Zelda, which is a huge game,
it's like
that's why it's $60.
It's like 20 something gigs.
I don't know.
It's like 20
but
something gigs.
It's $60.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because it's a big game.
Yeah.
And then when you get Binding of Isaac, why is Binding of Isaac, $20 $20 more than it is on PC. You do get a whole bunch of stuff, and they do. I am noticing that there are like things that they'll kind of compensate for that fact of, well, okay, well, you guys are spending $10 more, so here's more stuff. The problem is there's the games that don't have it, like Just Dance. Just Dance is literally the same game.
Yeah,
it's more money.
Mm-hmm.
$10 more, but that might be a deciding factor of a person that has an Xbox One or a Switch
or a Wii.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, you'll
yeah.
have another console. But
no, you have no idea how many times at work I get asked, "Where are your Wii games? Where are your Wii games?" I'm like,
these two.
And I'm like, you're talking about the Wii that's 14. I literally say that. You mean the Wii that's 14, like 14, 15 years old? That one? And then they look at me. They always look like, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's like these. And it is sort of a problem that it's gonna run into eventually. I just don't want it cracking above $60. We can talk about this at a different time. I just want to get a quick response, quick 2-minute response.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about? Are you worried?
No, cause I'm used to the six. I guess I'm just used to the $60 price tag.
Okay.
Okay. Even like.
But what if it breaks it? What if there's a $70 game that comes out?
We'll see. It depends on the game, cause it depends on the game, because I will spend more money for a game if I know I'm gonna like it.
Okay, for you got the 3DS Shinigami Tensei game.
Yeah,
that's already $50 3DS game, which is very rare.
Atlas makes quality.
Exactly. So what if the next one is the $70 game?
I bet you it will be 70, 80, and that's not including the special edition, which I will buy. So.
Yeah.
I'd buy it. I'd buy Atlas's games until they like went out of business.
So both of you, what I'm getting at is that as long as there's content, there's quality content, and it's $60 or $70, you'd be totally fine with it.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna pay $50 for Bomberman. I'm not gonna pay $50 for 1-2 Switch. I bought the Super Deluxe version of Mass Effect Andromeda, $100, because I know I'm gonna like that. Mm-hmm. You know, like I said, I don't mind paying the extra money, and I'm all digital too.
Mm-hmm. We can get into that the whole cost money thing in a different time.
But I'm just saying, as somebody who is all digital, who is primary, I have like 147 games on my Xbox.
Yeah, I have 160 something.
I have like, I don't know, 8 on disc. Mm-hmm. You know, so as somebody who's primarily a digital user, when it comes to the Nintendo and having to get their games physically and paying that $60 mark for a physical copy, that doesn't.
You guys have a memory card for the Switch?
No, not yet.
I don't have it either.
Yeah, because I am gonna download I'm Setsuna at some point. I think that's like 4 gigs. Mm-hmm. So.
All right. Well, there you go. That was my quick little Switch talk. That took 45 minutes. So.
Always does.
We're moving on.